Hello everyone, welcome to Sana IE. I'm your host XO. Man, what a weekend. I'm truly grateful and thankful for the weekend and thankful for everything that I've been doing and going through. It's been very appreciative of everything that's been going on in my atmosphere as well as in my aura. I'm grateful, man. I know we're in December, the season or the month of giving, the holiday of giving, and I'm just really grateful for everything that I've experienced this year and everything that I've been through. Now this month, December, I've been really prepping and preparing for my 2021. The plans for 2021 with my podcasting, with my photography, with my businesses, with me, myself overall as a person, growing and grooming myself. This past weekend, I was going over my 2021 goals, my first quarter goals, and what I wanted to accomplish in the first quarter and giving myself deadlines. You know, this year I've been talking about goals and deadlines, so I want to reiterate that and go in tune with that, putting my deadlines out, as well as accomplishing my goals and holding myself accountable. I know this year's been a roller coaster ride, so I'm preparing myself this month as well as going into next month, next year, prepared, focused, and disciplined on who I need to be, what I need to be, and what I need to accomplish. So I've been doing a lot of research and learning this past weekend. Like I was learning more about LLCs. I was learning about 12. The 4 12s. What do you want to be 12 years from now? Not 12 years from now. 12 months from now. What do you want to be 12 weeks from now? What do you want to be 12 days from now? And then what do you want to be in 12 hours from now? What do you want to accomplish 12 hours from now? So that's 12, the 4 12s, what you want to accomplish within those 12. So it starts off like, what do you want to be a year from now? Who do you want to be? A year from, what's today? I'm recording this on December 7th, 2020. So December 7th, 2021, what do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What do you want to be financially? What do you want to be physically? What do you want to be health-wise? What do you want to be mentally? Me personally, a year from now, I'll have multiple sources of income, multiple streams of income sustained, as well as my businesses with my dropshipping business, my photography business, monetizing my podcast, monetizing my Instagram, as well as uplifting other people, helping other people create businesses and start business and jumpstart their business and jumpstart their dreams, and uplifting and helping people and bringing value to people's lives. So that's where I see myself a year from now, but it starts, all right, so break it down from a year from now to 12 weeks. How can I accomplish some of that in 12 weeks? Really asserting myself, disciplining myself, and writing out my goals and my plans of what I need to set, having a 12-week plan. A 12-week plan to where first you have your 1-year plan, then you go to your 12-week plan. What can you accomplish in 12 weeks to make sure you're on path to your 1-year plan? And 12 weeks is just really the first quarter of 2021, which is, like I said, the first 3 months of 2021. So it's like the first quarter. What do you want to accomplish within that first quarter? What do you want to do? So that's what I've just been going on, doing a lot of reading, researching, and figuring out how I want to plan and attack 2021 myself. Because I know there's a lot of things plans that I have that I want to do. So it's like, how do I go about this? So I've been doing a lot of research myself, getting to know myself and know what I want to accomplish and what I need to accomplish. But with that being said, I'm going to start off with today's show. I know I just did a start of research. I just started off but going over what I did this past weekend. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to get y'all with the quote today, and I'm going to get more in tune and in depth of my 2021 plans and the 12. I'll be right back with Sana IE. With this episode, none of this is scripted. Everything that I'm saying and coming to you with is all off the top of my head and just a freestyle show. I just woke up this morning and just felt inspired. I was felt motivated and wanted to be productive. And I was like, let me put out a show about what I've been learning. Like I said, I've been learning a lot about LLCs this past weekend, and along with the 12, getting ready for 2021 and my goals and just getting that all together. So I didn't really have a quote yet, but I found a few quotes that I'll elaborate on. And the first quote is, take life day by day and be grateful for the little things. Don't get caught up in what you can't control. Accept it and make the best of it. Grateful, gratitude, thankfulness, all that. Being more grateful, and it's like when you're in that mind state of being grateful, you don't worry about the little things, the bullshit, the people angering you, the people trying to get you mad, or just little stuff. Oh, dang, you missed your freeway exit or something like that, or you didn't get that raise, or you didn't make it to McDonald's for the breakfast, the breakfast time. But the little things like that, you're just being more grateful and appreciative of everything in your life. You can't get caught up on what you can't control, so you have to focus on what you can control. What can I control in this moment? Don't get caught up in, oh damn, so-and-so happened, so-and-so did this. Let so-and-so do what they did. Don't try to control them. It's all about controlling yourself, controlling your mental, and controlling your inner. Give them that inner peace. Accept everything and just make the best out of it. Just always being grateful and appreciative, because while you're over here probably sweating some little shit, somebody else is looking at your life like, damn, I want your life and trying to get in your shoes. So it's like being appreciative and grateful for everything and everyone in your life, being grateful for every day. Every day you have the opportunity to wake up and conquer the day. Every day is a day for new opportunity, new blessings, new life. And that's what every day is about. Just being grateful that you're waking up, you're hearing this podcast. You wake up, you can go outside, it's cold as hell right now, but you go outside and, feel the weather and being more in tune with your life, accepting your life and being bliss. Because life is good. Life is great. Your life right now, if you're going through anything bad or trials and tribulations, that's what it is. It's just a trial and tribulation. It's just uplifting you to your next level. But I'm gonna be right back with Sana I.E. And my next quote is, don't be afraid to take an unfamiliar path. Sometimes they're the ones that take you to the best places. And that's facts. Me, when I'm thinking of an unfamiliar path, I just reflect back to a year ago where I was with the whole podcasting. Some of y'all know, some of y'all heard the story that when I first started the podcast, I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. I just took that leap of faith and just to start, because it's like, I've told myself, start and you'll figure it all out later. Have you ever told yourself that, when it's like, when you've done enough research on something and you keep teetering back and forth, and it's like, fuck, I might as well just jump in and start. If I fuck up, I'll just learn from my fuck ups. But at least I'm starting at what I'm doing and what I want to do, versus just being like, maybe I should start next week. Or maybe I should start next month. Or maybe I should start next year. Nah, it's all about starting now, especially when it comes to an unfamiliar path, because you don't know where that path will take you. And when I always think about paths, I always think about the poem by Robert Frost, The Road Less Traveled. And it's about taking that unfamiliar path, taking that path of where nobody has traveled down that path, versus taking the path that everybody's going down. This is just a hypothetical example. Everybody's doing the 9-to-5. Everybody's doing the 9-to-5, stuck in the rat race. But it's like, as an entrepreneur, we're taking the unfamiliar path and going the opposite way, to where we don't want to be stuck in the rat race. We don't want to be in the 9-to-5. We don't want to have a boss. We want to be our own boss, and we want to take control of our lives. So that starts with taking that unfamiliar path. Or with anything that you're doing, there's always paths to choose. You can choose the familiar path of, oh, my parents said I should go to school, get good grades, graduate college, and find a good job. Or fuck that path. I got a dream and a vision for myself, to where I want to build a fucking Fortune 500 business, and then I'm taking over the world. But I can't do that doing the same familiar path that my parents took, or that my coworkers took, or that my peers took. I have to break out from that and see my vision and go towards my dream. But with that being said, the quote of the day again is, don't be afraid to take an unfamiliar path. Sometimes they're the ones that take you to the best places. And I said, I've been learning about LLCs, and just told myself this year, this month, I'm going to start learning more, researching more, taking more courses, So that's what I've done. I've been learning about LLCs, the business structures of LLCs, and just the different types and taking under consideration. But I'm gonna give y'all a brief break and I'm gonna elaborate more on LLCs and my plans for this year. Welcome to Sana IE. So I bet you're wondering, what is an LLC? Some of y'all probably already know what an LLC is. But for the ones that don't know, an LLC is a limited liability company, and it's only recognized by states. The federal will only recognize it as a sole proprietorship or a partnership. The benefits of an LLC: it has a legal shield. Only the LLCs are at risk versus your personal assets. So anything within that limited liability company is at risk versus anything personal, your house, your car, anything like that isn't in danger. And that's it. Basically, like I said, it gives you a legal shield over your personal assets versus the ones that's within the company. So like I said, you can't say that somebody sues you for in business, and I'll use this, any malpractices in your business, they sue you, and they're thinking, let's say your personal assets are worth $1 million, but your company assets, your LLC assets, are worth $500,000. That's only what they can touch, that $500,000. Now, $1 million assets, the personal assets, they can't touch or get nil to. That's why a lot of people do the LLCs, because so they can have limited liability and for the company, as well as starting a company, getting the tax benefits, as well as not being liable in case some shit goes wrong. Because we all know shit goes wrong. So that's partly why a lot of people start LLCs. They give you that legal shield, as well as flexibility in your taxes. You can be taxed as a S or C corp. You get what S or C corp is. You're a sole proprietor or you're a corporation. And you have the flexibility to distribute your profits in an LLC. You can decide where your profits go. The losses can be split between you and another person, or split between you and how you and your business partners. You can always allocate your losses, as well as there's different business structures. Like I said, the federal will only recognize the sole proprietorship, which is automatically categorized whenever you're doing a business. You already put in that category. So some of the disadvantages of sole proprietorship: your personal assets belong to your business. I'll say that again. Your personal assets belong to your business. So your personal assets belong to your business, like I discussed before, you having $1 million in personal assets. Now, having a sole proprietorship, that is all can be taken away. Let's say if you do get sued of anything or anything of that nature. So just a heads up on that if you're leaning towards a sole proprietorship. There's also financing difficulty, because you have difficulty raising capital for your corporation, for your business. And there's always an end date on a sole proprietorship. Excuse me, sorry about that. Tongue twister. But there's always an end date on that, because with that, if you, let's say, God forbid, you pass away, then that's the end of that business. Versus an LLC. LLC, you can turn into a generational wealth. You can build that up for your family, and you can go on and on and on and on, versus having an end date on it. And a partnership, we all know what a partnership is, but two people go into business together. And they're similar to LLCs in certain ways, with state filings and filing fees. And they also give you that legal protection. Some of the characteristics: you can enter contracts, buy shares of an LLC, or put your corporation or your business on the stock trade when it gets up to that level. There's corporate formalities, as well as having a board of directors, there's officers and shareholders. If there's a big decision to be made, there has to be a meeting with all three groups: the board of directors, the officers, and the shareholders. And they have to have a meeting and have a vote to what they want to accomplish, what they want to happen with that corporation or with that business. So if let's say you build a business or a corporation or a partnership, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want two other groups or the whole three groups having their input on where your business goes, unless you do. Some people do, some people don't. But let's say you started like, that's your baby, you groomed it from the ground up, and then it blossomed to a whole Fortune 500 business, and now you got three other groups putting their input on where the business goes from here. Maybe, it's like, we can take that level, or maybe you have a different direction that you want to go. So that's just something to think about when you think about a corporation. And some considerations between corporations and LLCs. LLCs, they manage taxes and liability concerns. A corporation, you want to expand, sell interest in your company, and is investor friendly, and investors are more compatible and comfortable with corporations versus LLCs because it's an established business. It's a corporation at the end of the day. So let me give y'all a brief break, and I'm gonna get on with my 2021 goals and my first quarter goals of 2021. As I say, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Also, if you have an LLC or a corporation, or you're in a partnership or any type of business, let me know. Hit me up. Reach out to Sana'i Podcast on any social media platform, or email me at sanaiepodcast@gmail.com. And I want to hear what type of LLC, business, or corporation, or something that you're doing on the entrepreneur phase, and seeing the road that you took, how this year has been for you. How's 2020 been for you and your business? How do you plan on attacking 2021, and what's your goals and what's your plans? But I'll be right back with Sana'i. So my first quarter goals of next year, January. Let me start off with that. And yesterday I was just going over and thinking about what do I want to accomplish in the first quarter of 2021, and what I want to establish, and what do I want to hold myself accountable for. And the first one is really learning social media more, learn the ins and outs of each social media brand and basis, and how I can thrive on each social media platform. So the first one would be Instagram, and then Facebook, and then LinkedIn, as well as Twitter, Snapchat, different social media platforms where I can thrive, my businesses thrive, and how to really elevate each platform to another level, and where it helps me out. So in January, I want to learn social media more, learn the ins and outs of that. By the end of January, that's one of my goals. Another one is get established and get more familiarized with doing the video podcast. I know a lot of people have been asking me for the visuals, so that's what I've been working on, trying to get really a studio set up to where I can record my podcasts and really have my own setup and have my own area and space to where I can start building up and record in my own spot. So by the end of January, I want to at least have 2 video podcasts done for you guys. And then as well as sustaining 3 streams of income, my photography, my dropshipping, and another one, and which would be, I would say, my podcast right now. So sustaining 3 streams of income and creating 3 new streams of income for myself, as well as eating clean and staying in the gym. I know now with everything that's going on with COVID, we don't know what's going on. I know stuff is getting shut back down right now in December. So who knows where everything will be in January 2021. But I can't let that hold me back from accomplishing my goals and what I want to accomplish. So eating clean and working out is something I can control, which is in my grasp and what's in my power. So I can start by doing the researching and meal prepping on the food that I can eat, the food that I can put into my body, and what diet I'm doing. The cutoff times. I know me, one of my bad habits is always eating late or eating out. Like, I know right now it's like late, and I know I'll get to myself where I would eat out if possible, but I'm trying to discipline myself more and staying focused on eating at a decent time, and really not going out to eat, like going out to fast food restaurants, or even just a restaurant in general. Because me, I always like eating out, whether it's getting Thai food, soul food, Jamaican food, something of that case. So I'm really trying to discipline myself and discipline my pockets to where I'm not eating out anymore. As well as, like I said, sustaining, building and developing new streams of income. Because I believe having multiple streams of income is having financial freedom overall. So that's what I'm learning about and sustaining. So January for me is more of a research month where I'm studying and learning stuff about business, learning stuff about my craft, learning stuff about my traits, as well as learning stuff about myself and how I want to operate through the year. But that's for January. As we fast forward to February 2021, I want to take more courses, learn more about real estate, learn more about photography, learn more about business, learn more about LLCs, business credit stocks. So I'm going to look into some courses to take so I can learn more about those subjects, as well as investing more. Right now, I started investing in some certain stocks, as well as my retirement. So those are two things I'm invested in, as well as learning more about investments, stocks, bonds, future investments, learning a little about Forex, just learning more about investing, as well as limiting my sugar intake, limiting the amount of sugar I put in my body and eat. Because me, if you know me personally, you know I'm constantly having a sweet tooth. I'm always eating sweets and everything. So me, focusing on lowering my sugar intake. That's one of my main goals for February. And then my last one for February is building my business credit. Establish my business, establishing my LLC, and building my business credit in February. Well, starting in January, but having it like mid-level or on the right roller coaster ride up with my business credit. So building my business credit is one of the main goals for February. And then we take a flip forward to March. In March, I want to be like the top podcast in 2021. Within the first 3 months, I want to have the top podcast and influential, inspiring people, motivating people, and really uplifting people to where my podcast brings value to people's lives, and I'm reaching people across the world, across the universe, in different parts of the country, and just really inspire people and having them chase their dreams, being aware and conscious of their mental health, practicing gratitude, practicing appreciation, practicing being thankful, and really holding yourself accountable to doing the things that you need to be doing. So that's one of the things I have for March, being one of the top podcasts, helping people out, as well as being developing 4 streams of income where it comes to my photography, promotion, drop shipping, and as well as, like I said, podcasting. So each month I'm developing a new stream of income and sustaining that stream of income, and it all starts with January. So I'm holding myself accountable and writing out my goals, and really starting with this month of what I need to accomplish and what I need to do before January comes. Because you know, everybody talks about New Year's resolution, but as soon as the first week passes, that New Year's resolution goes out the window. So it's like, what's the whole point of saying you're gonna have a New Year's resolution if it just goes out the window? So you got to switch that up and say, what's my new day resolution? What is my resolution for today? What is my resolution for tomorrow? And sticking to that, holding yourself accountable, as well as disciplining yourself to that resolution. And then one of my last goals for March, for the first quarter, is get some new music together. And right now, I'm working with my producer, getting new beats, and really just taking my time with the music and seeing which direction I want to head in, and just really taking my time with it, because I know it's an art for me, and I'm painting a picture, so I'm not going to rush anything. I'm really going to take my time. So be on the lookout for new music next year. It's coming. But I'm going to give y'all a brief break, and I'm going to be right back I wanted to discuss a few more subjects on today's show, and then I'm going to hit y'all with the recap. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and as well as reach out to me. I want to know what y'all 2021 goals is. 2021 is around the corner. You can always hit me up on email, DM, social media, anything. Reach out, talk. I want to hear them. I want to voice them to our people, voice them to our family, as well as let me know within the reviews. If you listen to this on Apple Podcasts, leave a review. Leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star review. Let me know what you think. Good review, bad review. Share it with a friend. Send it to a friend. Let me know your opinion of the show. Let me know how I can make the show better. Let me know what you don't like about the show. Just let me know how you feel. I'll be right back with Sana IE. I want to elaborate a little more on the 412s. I was discussing today with my brother about the 412s. we just did brief we touched bases on it for a brief second where we were discussing the 412. The first one is right now, close your eyes and just visualize what do you want to be a year from today. A year from today, what do you want to be? What do you want to be mentally? What do you want to be physically? What do you want to be financially? What do you want to be spiritually? Visualize that right now. Take the time and really visualize where you want to see, where you see yourself a year from now in the future. Everything is attainable. And just visualize that picture right now where you want to be. And then let's move forward to 12 weeks from now. Let's move forward to the first quarter of the year. How can what you do in the first 12 weeks push you forward to making sure you're on the right path to accomplishing where you want to be in a year from now? So what can you do in the next 12 weeks to push you forward to be where you need to be a year from now? Let's go from 12 weeks, 12 days. What can you accomplish in 12 days to help you push you forward to accomplish what you need in 12 weeks? So I'll visualize and see where you're going to be. Me right now, a year from now, I'm visualizing myself sustaining my podcast, having the #1 podcast in the USA, physically fit, mentally fit, sustaining my business, having multiple streams of income, in a new house, helping people out with their businesses, inspiring people, motivating people, interviewing new people, traveling the world, taking pictures, getting paid to travel, just building new things up, working on the 2022 plan of creating the production company, of having my production company where I can record my podcast, edit my photos, shoot, have photography, have photo shoots. So all that stuff, what can I do now? What can I do in the next 12 weeks to push myself forward to making sure I'm on the right path to where I want to be next December? So it's about visualizing yourself, doing the research, disciplining yourself, and holding yourself accountable. Like I said, I was discussing with my brother today, and we was just doing this 412s, and we was just talking about as well as digital distractions. Having those digital distractions where you're on your phone and you're losing time when you could be doing other stuff like reading a book, listening to a podcast, watching a YouTube video, doing some type of research, or doing a course, doing something to advance yourself and where your future self will thank you, versus being caught up in Instagram, being caught up in social media. That digital distraction is deadly. And I've been caught up in it myself, but I'm grateful now that I've been meditating more, where I've become more aware, and where it's starting to get boring to me, where I'm just on here for like, what am I on Instagram for? Or what am I on social media for? What is it doing for me? If it's not benefiting me, if I'm not promoting my business or promoting my brands, what in the long run is it doing for me? Scrolling here is just soaking up my attention, taking my time from me. Even though that's like off the side, but I just want to do the digital distractions because that correlates and comes in effect when you're doing the 412s, when you're thinking about a year from now, when you're thinking about 12 weeks from now, when you're thinking about 12 days from now. And then the last one is, in 12 hours, what can you do to thrust yourself to do the right things the next 12 days? So that's what it just starts with, breaking it down a year from now to 12 weeks to 12 days to 12 hours. The 412, doing that to what you want to accomplish within those time periods and making it happen. Because time, like I said, time is of the essence, and having distraction or any type of distraction, digital distractions, will soak up your time where you're looking up like, damn, I lost an hour, damn, I lost a day. And you calculate that up at the end of the week and you're like, damn, I lost 12 hours this week. That's half a day, people. You're losing half a day by being distracted on something else, when it's like, we have to spend more time focusing. And that's why I'm grateful for the meditation, even though I get distracted periodically, but having that meditation where you stand focused and you're catching yourself when you're getting distracted for too long, you're like, whoa, you got stuff to do, handle your shit, and then you can come back to this. Set a timer for yourself. If you know you get digitally distracted, then set that timer for yourself. When you're taking a 15-minute break and you're just scrolling in or Instagram or something for 15 minutes, where you're not caught up and there for an hour. So set them timers for yourself, and so you can keep pushing forward and not losing that time throughout that day. Because when you look back, trust me, you'll be like, damn, I can't believe I wasted that much time just scrolling, and it didn't benefit me at all. But yeah, I just wanted to discuss the 412s and how we can all correlate that into our lives, especially with this new year coming up, 2021. Like I said, what do you want to be a year from now? Visualize that, write it down, and stick to that. Hold yourself accountable. Then break it down to from a year from now to 12 weeks. What can you do in the first quarter of 2021 to make sure you're accomplishing your year goal, your annual goal, or your goal for the rest of the year, your end of the year goal? And then break it down to, all right, in 12 days, what can I do in the next 12 days to where I'm catching up to my 12 weeks and my year goals. Then from there, the next 12 hours. How can I, in the next 12 hours, I can jumpstart my journey to accomplishing my yearly goals, my weekly goals, my monthly goals, my quarterly goals. You sitting down, having that time with yourself, thinking out, strategizing, and planning. There's a lot of possibilities out there for you, especially when you can research, and the knowledge is out here for you to do anything that you want to. Like I said, everything is attainable. You just have to apply yourself and discipline yourself and do the research. Do the research, find the knowledge, and apply yourself. Apply yourself an hour or 2 hours out the day, and it'll be tremendous benefits in the long run. Like I said, 12 weeks from now or a year from now, what do you want to be? You've seen how this year went, 2020, how the year was up and down. We had a pandemic. We had a chaotic year. Half the stuff closed down. We went through a recession. People lost their jobs. People lost their loved ones. People lost family. It's like time is of the essence, where we have to take control of the time and take our own life. We're the captain of our fate. So with that being said, take control of what you need to control. Don't worry about what you can't control. Don't let yourself get distracted or get discouraged or get over yourself, get under yourself, as I want to say, where you're defeating your own self and defeating your own purpose of what you are meant to be doing. So apply yourself, find the time to apply yourself, and do the 412s. Let me know what your 412s are, where do you see yourself a year from now. Hit me up, Instagram, any social media, any at the Gmail at sanaiepodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. Or if you want to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, leave a review and let me know what your 412s are. Let's all talk about where we want to be a year from now and start working towards where we can be and where we need to be, and help each other out. We can all help each other out to be where we want to be if we just open up and have the conversation about where we want to be, instead of keeping it in our heads or writing it down on a book or writing out on our goals or monthly goals on a monthly or daily planner. Let's talk to each other and see how can we jumpstart and thrust ourselves to accomplish our goals faster and quicker. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Like I said, this show was just a whole freestyle show. I just really got up and got inspired to just record today and just put out an episode. I was really inspired by the last episode, my special guest, Free. Shout out to him. If you're not following him, check him out at Free Art on Instagram, and follow as well as the Hoop Bus, and check that I will be discussing the Hoop Bus journey. And really just appreciate y'all. And if you need help with anything, if you want to talk about anything, I'm always here. Reach out to me. My door is always open. My Instagram is always open. Any way to be reached, I'm always open. Holla at me. Let me know what you feel or how you feel. Let me know what you think of the show. Let me know what you think of this episode. I greatly appreciate y'all tuning in weekly, on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. Really just rocking with me, supporting me, spreading the word, spreading the message, sharing with a friend, sharing with your family members, posting on your social media, everything, spreading the word of mouth. I appreciate the support, the love, and I appreciate you. Man, it's been a great one. I'm just thinking about the journey, and this whole month, I'm just dropping surprise episodes. I'm not going I'm dropping an episode this day or this day. Every episode is going to be a surprise episode. So be on the lookout for those that will be coming. Man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Leave a review, share it with a friend, send it to a friend. Let me know what you think about the show. I appreciate y'all, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. Don't let someone who did you wrong make you think there's something wrong with you. Don't devalue yourself because they didn't value you. Know your worth, even if they don't. Have a great day. I'll be back again with Sana.